What on earth are you doing now, Daddy?
This is really an update video showing what I've been up to with the laser, what I've been making. Recently I've been looking into 3D printing, and one of the things that often appears are these sort of fidget spinners, these gears, planetary gear systems. And I thought I'd try and make one out of wood. Now, because of the layered construction with 3D printing, I knew this was going to be a very difficult task. So the start point is to use this online gear generator, and you choose your number of teeth in your gear, and for this thin plywood I use maximum pressure angle, so it gives you these nice fat broad teeth. And what you do is you gradually add more gears, and so as you add a gear you then change the number of teeth, and it'll give you the same pressure angle, and they should mesh very nicely. So you then move that around. You can roll it around to where you want on the gear. Go back to the original gear, add another gear, so that'll connect to that original gear, reduce that down to the same number of teeth, and then I'm rolling it around to give a nice equal spacing. Once I've got that in the correct position, I then going back to the original gear, and I add another one, which I will do exactly the same with. Reduce the number of teeth to match. I'm putting it down to 6. And then I'm rolling that around to give me my nice sort of planetary gear triple. But yeah, it's quite easy to use once you get the hang of it, this sort of open source software. Just increasing my field of view. And then we're going to add a new gear, and we're going to make it an internal gear. I'm going to roll it around just so that we're making that the outer gear. Then we're going to increase the number of teeth. And there are certain combinations of these gears that fit and work. So I'm increasing the number of teeth to 21, I think it is. And what this does is it gives you a 9-6-21 combination, which works well. And you can actually test it working. You can go up the top there, and it'll hit. You can hit start and stop, and you can actually see that they are working. Once you're happy, you can then save it. Now what you want to do is save the entire gear set, not just the individual gears. There is a small fee for this, but it's for an entire day, and you can download as many of these designs as you like. And here's the file that I've downloaded, just importing it into Lightburn, which is my software of choice for using the laser. And there it is, into Lightburn. As you can see, there's a lot of other stuff on there, not just the gears, including the sort of numbering and lettering. The first thing I do is select the entire thing and ungroup it. This allows me to delete these individual things that I don't want, like these extra circles and the numbering and lettering. What I want is just to be left with the gears. If you leave them grouped, you can't actually separate these things. So I'm just working my way around, deleting everything. And then what I'm doing is just putting some little holes in the middle of each gear. 2mm ones in the planetary one, and a 3mm hole in the middle one. And here's the finished file. These are some extra shapes I designed to form a key, which will help you twist it. I've redone the middle gears with a square hole in them for the key to go in. And these other circles will make a jig to help me get the alignment right. Now the outer gears, I've put splits in some of them to help the assembly, because it has to be built in layers. It's very tricky to build. And these discs here, they'll make a jig for helping with the build as well. And here's my workshop. The laser has been very busy, as you can see. Then we're on to the build. There's the jig, and you can see the gears are offset in this sort of V shape. And I used the jig to do that, and I'm using some Starbond thin CA glue with the accelerator. And I'm using the little fine tips you get with the Starbond, and these are fantastic for just gluing these gears together. You want to be very careful using a tiny drop, letting it wick in between the gears, and then give it a quick spritz with the accelerator. That way you don't glue everything together. As soon as they're not going to move, you can take it out of the jig and finish gluing. But they're all offset to the same proportion. Not the same degree, but the same proportion. Otherwise they won't mesh. So if you're offsetting them to a third of the distance between the teeth on one set, it's got to be a third the distance between the teeth on the other set. And here I am building them. You have to build it in layers. The middle outer ones are split to get them in, and the outer gears, they're hulks, they can be slotted on each side. But it does spin. There's the key that I made. 3 layers of ply to give you that square end, and it works really well. I'm really pleased with that. Here's another project I've been working on, my own design, and this is a bowl which all slots together very satisfyingly, and it's quite stylish, the end result. Needed some rubber bands to help with the assembly. But I probably will be selling the design for this on Etsy for a small fee. Well, there's the finished bowl. And here's a lamp that I've made. I've put flickering LEDs inside this. And there's a bigger one, different shape. And I've made this stand so this will sort of hang a bit like a globe under it. And I've made quite a few boxes. The laser cuts perfect boxes. As you can tell from this video, the laser has been very busy. I'm absolutely delighted with it. It's so accurate, and it gives me the opportunity of inventing and making things on my laptop, which I can do in my lunchtime at work. I can do it on my lap while watching telly or whatever. And I love designing things. I've really enjoyed the computer aspect of it a lot more than I thought I would. And it's led me on to looking at 3D stuff as well. So I've got some 3D stuff coming up. But here's my little fidget toy with its key. No practical value. It doesn't spin freely like the 3D printed ones do, but it's a bit of a puzzler for people. Very tricky to put together. It's not as obvious as it looks. It's quite an art getting it all together. But yeah, I'm very pleased with how that's worked out. And there's the bowl, which gives this lovely sort of, well, it's a 3D effect, I guess, with the burnt edges and the raw edges, and it all slots together beautifully. And I got the whole thing out of one sheet of laser ply, a 400 by 400 millimeter sheet of laser ply. I'm really pleased with this design. It took me a little while to suss it out. I might sell this design on Etsy as a digital download, so other people with lasers can have a go at making it. But I've got to work out how you do that yet. Anyway, there'll be some video and stills of some other projects I've been working on, and I'll put those up at the end. Yeah, it's good to learn all these other skills, these computer design skills and different ways of making things. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch. It's good to learn all these different, skills and techniques, because it's the mother of invention, really. The more of these feathers you have in your cap, the easier it is to come up with other ideas. Anyway, I'll be back soon with some more creative stuff. Bye for now. Many thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I've got some more content coming soon.
More rubbish coming soon.